Hello. Today we are going to write a number as a product of its prime factors. Factors of a number are prime numbers, so that our prime numbers are called prime factors. And why they are called prime factors? Because that prime number multiplied by another one, both of them make the factors, both of them multiplied make the number that you are given. Now we are going to express, we're going to start with number 60. Now here I have prepared a grid where I'm actually going to explain two different ways of how to write 60 as a product of its prime factors. And you can choose whichever could be easier for you to use. So we're going to use the factor 3. 60, what are the factors of 60? Someone might say, I know finishes at a 0, so it's in 10 times table, and that is absolutely fine. So 2 branches of the 3, 10 and 60, so 10 times 6 make the 60. And then continue the 10. I'll keep doing exactly the same thing, because neither of them is a prime factor, but we're gonna keep going until we finish and find all the prime factors. So 10 is a multiplication of 2 and a 5. Now, once you find the prime factor, you circle it. It's very important. 2 and a 5 and 6. Again, is a multiplication of 2 and a 3. Okay, circle both of them because both of them are prime factors. So 60 actually, as you see, it is going to be. Now, when I express the multiplication, I begin with the lowest one and I cross them out one by one. So 2 times the other 2 times 2 times next one 3 and then times 5. As I have two 2's, I can express the 60 as 2 to the power of 2 times 3 times the 5, right? Okay, so this is when you recognize or a factor comes in your head, just like that. But the other, I think, quicker way and more clear, in my opinion, could be if you start with the lowest prime factor that you would recognize straight away. As 6 is an even number, that will give you the clue. That means it's in the 2 time table. So put 2 here and 30 on the other side. And 2 is a prime number, circle the 2. 30 is not, so we continue. So 30 is, again, an even number. There's another 2 here, and then 15 on the other side. Circle the 2. 15 is not a prime number, so continue. But we know that the first 13 is in a 3 and a 5 times table, which both of them are prime numbers. And here we go, we have exactly the same answer. So 60, see, is a multiplication of 2 to the power of 2 times 3 times 5. And you cross them out. We do exactly the same thing. I'd advise you to cross out just in case you have a large number and there's so many 2's of so many of the same prime factor. So you don't count that twice. Okay, let's have a look at 75 as a product of its prime number. So put 75 at the top of the prime factor 3, and then you continue. 75 finishes with a 5, so it is in a 5 times table, so put 5 on one side, and the next one is going to be 15. But 5 is a prime factor, so circle it straight away. 15 is not, so continue, another 3. 3 and a 5 here. So it's a multiplication of 3 and a 5, and that's it. So 75, now write the answer. 75, it is going to be a multiplication of 3. Always I begin with the lowest one and I cross it out, times 5 to the power of 2, because I have 1 5 here and 1 5 here, 5 to the power of 2. And both of them make 75. And if you try 5 to the power of 2 is 25, 25 times 3 makes 75. Here I have a product of two different numbers, so 70 times 390. How you can do this one, you can do the prime factor of each of the numbers separately. So do the 70 on one side and do 390 on the other side. So again, 70 is in 2 times table, so because it's an even number, so it is a multiplication of 2 and 35, circle the 2. 35, it is a multiplication of 5 and a 7. Both of them are primes. Please circle both of them. And so 70, it is going to be a multiplication of 2 times 5 times 7. And all of them are primes. do exactly the same thing of 390, and 390 is still a even number, so begin with a 3. Next one is going to be 130. 3 is a prime. Yeah, we could have started with a 2, but we began with a 3. So 3 is a prime, and then 230 is it's in 2 times table, it's an even number, so circle the 2. And the next one is going to be 65. 65 is in 5 times table, so you're going to have 5 here and 15 here. 5 is a prime number, and then 15 is going to be a multiplication of 3 and a 5, and both of them are prime numbers, and we circle them just like that. So 390 actually, it is going to be, it's going to be a multiplication. I'm going to write it up here. 390 is going to be a multiplication of how many 2's do I have? I just want to say 2 times how many 3's? I have 1 3 here and 1 3 there. So times 3 to the power of 2 times and 2 5's. I'm going to cross them out, times 5 to the power of 2. Right. Now, multiplication of them too actually is going to be a multiplication of all the primes. So I'm going to have, this is what I have. So I'm going to rewrite 70 times 390 equals, I'm going to rewrite this one as it is. So 2 times 5 times 7, right? Times, next one is going to be 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 2. And then we check, we have 2 and a 2 here, so I express the 2, cross them out, as a 2 to the power of 2 times, I have a 5, 1 5 here and 2 5's here, so it's going to be 5 times 5 to the power of 3. I cross them out because I have used them, and then I need to use the 3 before the 5, but that's okay. So times 3 to the power of 2, cross it out. But you see, crossing out made me realize that actually I'd left the 3 to the power of 2 without being used. So it is very important. So this is how we express 70 times 390 as a product of its prime factors. So it's 2 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of 2 times 7. So these are the steps. As I said, you can begin with whichever factor you like to, but I would advise you to begin with the lowest prime factor, and the clue is to identify if it's an even number, then the 2 would be the lowest prime factor. Or it could be the 3, sometimes it would be a 5 if the number finishes with a 5. Circle it, continue the same routine, and then express the number. So making sure you circle all the prime numbers, express it as a product of circled prime numbers. And here's your independent work. You are going to express 756 as a product of its prime number. And here we have the multiplication of 2 numbers. So follow steps one by one. Again, try to begin with the lowest prime number that you can identify. But if you can't, then don't worry. You keep going, keep doing exactly the same thing for both sides of the tree. Well done for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye.